What is going on, everybody? Shout out to you guys. Hope you're having a fine Wednesday. My God, it's already Wednesday. These days are beginning to blur together. I stayed up a little late last night. I'm feeling a little this morning. I woke up with a mild headache. I swear I hope this don't turn into no migraine, but we're going to get through it. Shout out to you guys for being up in here. We're going to make today a good bobo. I try to make every day a good bobo. I'm sure there are days when I fail at that, though, but hopefully today will not be one of those. Folks, I've titled this bobo accordingly. Today will be a clusterfuck. There's no doubt about that. We barely have any videos in the bammer, so much that needs to get filmed, and I just ain't had the opportunity to do it. It has been one thing after another, and today is going to be the creme de la creme. Completely overbooked everything today, and then all sorts of other stuff as well. Give you a quick rundown of what we're up against today, and some of you might be like, "Damn, Joe, it's really a hard thing you got going on there." So we're gonna do the bobo. That's gonna ramp up at about 10 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock I've got a chiropractor's appointment, and then at 4 p.m. I've got a massage. A chiropractor and a massage on the same day. In the midst of all of that, we've got to try to get at least 2 videos filmed. There's 2 big videos that I want to get filmed. And as soon as I wrap up the bobo, I've got to call the tow truck again to tow Dave with the Dreads vehicle again, because Butch at L&M gave us an unbelievably astronomical price to replace a fuel pump. That was $400. Dave with the Dreads says he can do that himself. So as soon as I get done with the bobo, I've got to call the tow company, get his vehicle towed to my house. That way we can turn the front yard of my place into Sanford & Sons. Then I've got to somehow be in 2 places at the same time trying to get my truck taken to the mechanics as well, all the while trying to get a video at least filmed. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work out. It has to, though. I've got to get these 2 videos filmed. We do got a video in the bammer. It's pretty good, but it could be a lot better. Folks, I wake up this morning with this little bit of a migraine. Mr. Pickle says don't get one of those Robert Kraft massages. I would kind of like that. Hey, what happened to our sub goal? Why is that like all of a sudden just MIA? Oh, well, I guess it's going to be that way for today. What was I going to say? Folks, there's a lot that we're going to be doing on this bobo. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of, what I'm trying to get done today. And also, I wake up with this headache. And then I get up in the shower hoping that's going to make it go away. It's only starting to get worse. But I get all these thoughts that come to mind. Like, usually when I'm under pressure to perform, thoughts will just start flooding in. And I had like 3 big-ass ideas come to me like back to back. And it's crazy because this is just how insane my head is. The first idea that comes to me is an awesome idea for a mobile game. I was thinking about like mobile games that we could potentially be playing here on the bobo. And I was like, wait a minute, why isn't there this type of a game? Maybe we can make it work. Adam, shout out to you, brother. Thank you very much for being up in here. Special shout out to you, man. Thank you for them gift subs as well. Folks, I had an awesome idea for a mobile game. It was called Prison Shakedown. And basically the game is like one of those dumbass mobile games where you like try to find things hidden in the picture, but instead you're in a cell acting like the prison guards trying to find contraband that prisoners are hiding. Folks, I'm going to find me Bill Gates. We're going to get this app put together. I don't care what it costs. And we are going to run more fucking ad breaks than an After Prison Show YouTube video. And you might have to pay for this shit. So what about that, though? What about that? Prison Shakedown. Don't nobody steal my idea, though, okay? So that was the first idea that came to me. Then I'm on the idea of prison shakedowns, and I think, wait a minute. I could tell, we could do this video about prison shakedown horror stories, because I started thinking about some prison shakedowns that came to me after yesterday's video. I was like, yo, that would be a really good idea. And then, wait a minute. What if we got a prison? I mean, there's one in Texas for sale for $5,000. We can go buy that. Or we can just go run a storage unit, make it look like, a Ha-Ha Davis prison cell, basically just in front of a brick wall. But we would do better. We'd put the porcelain, not the porcelain, we'd put the steel, the silver the stainless steel bullet up in there. We'd put the Harley Davidson, the sink toilet combo. We'd put a prison bunk, make it look like a prison cell, even put bars on the front, build, some OSB board blackout so, we could have the camera set up outside of the cell. And we could make a fucking prison cell soap opera. I could be the guard because people think I'm the police. I got no problem playing that role right now. Dave could be the prisoner. Man, I mean, this shit would be like the days of our lives. Prison skits, kind of. I mean, we're going to make you feel like you're right there in Jurassic Park, except it's not Jurassic Park, it's a prison cell. So I feel like my head's going to explode. That was a lot of thinking to be doing right there. I don't call that the stinking thinking. That was the good type of thinking right there, folks. That's a lot of billion-dollar ideas. But neither here nor there. None of that's got shit to do with today. So anyways, what we're going to be doing today, we are going to be watching that documentary. I paid the $4.99 for this thing. Here it is right here on my Amazon. Hopefully we're not leaking anything. Okay, Incarcerating USA. This bitch cost me $4.99. I rented this for y'all. I would have bought it, but I ain't spending no $20 on some shit that's only got 3 stars. It's an hour and 25 minutes long. The biopsy of this says incarcerating US or incarcerating us exposes the US prison problem and explores ways to unshackle the land of the free. Speaking of the land of the free, how about that State of the Union address last night? Folks, you know I don't get political. I'm never going to tell you what side I'm really on, but I'm really on one side. But my God, if that shit wasn't entertaining. Trump not shaking the hand of Nancy Pelosi making facial expressions like she's having a stroke behind the man. And then tearing up the speech. I didn't even know what that was that she was reading back there. I didn't see that he handed her the speech. I didn't see that. But what I did, I was on Twitter all night following this thing because it's crazy on Twitter. Like when you're watching the latest tweets about the State of the Union, people are either red or they're blue. They're blood gang or they're Crippin'. 2 soups. Sue whoop for life. And they are saying all sorts of shit. I saw pictures. I saw some of the greatest memes. I saw somebody who had a towel over half of the TV covering up Nancy Pelosi. That shit went viral. I also saw a lot of people talking about, what was going on, where they sided with. But there was a reason I was sharing this with you. Blame it on the migraine that I'm not thinking of it. But I can't remember. Oh, that was what it was. Yeah, I didn't see him hand her the speech prior to going up there and doing it. And I watched the State of the Union. Folks, I do pay attention to current events. I'm 37 years old. I have to. We've got coronavirus that's going to turn the world into Walking Dead. People ain't paying attention to that. Fuck no. They'd rather hear what Billie English has to say about rap music. Pay attention to the times, folks. Pay attention to the times. But anyways, I didn't see for the third time what Trump handed Nancy Pelosi. I didn't know it was a speech. I saw her going through some paperwork and making all these crazy facial expressions. I thought, why ain't nobody helping that woman? She looks like she's about to go into cardiac arrest. Boy, she got some of that good motherfucking fire pow pow. But I did see a tweet where somebody said, they said, what the fuck is she doing back there? Is she doing her taxes? That shit was funny. All right, anyways, enough about politics. We don't be doing the politics here. We only do prison politics, which brings us to the watch party that we're about to get into. This documentary that features Jellicoe. I don't know how much of an appearance Jellicoe makes in this. And I don't know how much of this we're actually going to watch. Sam yesterday was pretty pissed off at me for cutting in every time somebody was speaking in this thing. So I am going to try to keep my mouth shut, but I got to react to this. It's my job to move my mouth around. Like Nancy Pelosi last night. My God. So anyways, Also, before we roll this, we're going to go ahead and get right up into this thing. I want to share with you guys the reviews on this. Let's roll it. Somebody gave it 4 stars. I don't want to read all of that. But somebody gave it 1 star, and they said, not what I expected. I thought it would be more about the lives of the prison guards and less about how we should feel sorry for serial killers. TC, what part of this fucking title did you misconstrue with anything about prison guards incarcerating us? It didn't say incarcerating the guards. It ain't say nothing about that. So though I go in on prison guards quite a bit. I go in on a lot of different things quite a bit. But, in this particular case, you were unjustified in your 1-star review. That can't be trusted. This person gave it 5 stars, excellent film. Somebody else gave it 5 stars, great seller. Okay, well, with that, let's go ahead and roll it. Hey, real quick before we do that, did Keemstar succeed in getting J Station removed yesterday? Y'all say that I be snitching? Wow. Okay, let's go. I hope we got some audio on this, because I don't hear shit. And if this don't work, I'm going to be pissed. Am I hearing anything? Do you hear anything?
When we think of
we got some audio.
If we bother to think of them at all, that is, there is a tendency to see them as institutions completely divorced from human society.
The Justice Department said today the inmate population of federal and state prisons in this country is at an all-time high.
I thought that said Ashton Kutcher right there. I was about to be like, yo, y'all got some celebrities.
The number one concern of the people in this state. Too many inmates and not enough space.
Too many and not
another
enough.
Crime, another criminal in a country already fed up with both.
People stacked up like cordwood in our prisons.
There's a population explosion in American
Overcrowding in this country's jails.
Thank you.
Prison populations are exploding.
I got you right.
People are now being held behind bars.
Half the inmates in federal prison are drug
bars today.
The U.S., they say.
This is pretty dramatic already. Hey, is this too loud for y'all? Let me know.
A shocking new number was released today, and it deserves our undivided attention. 1 out of every 100 Americans is now behind bars, locked up in prison or in jail.
Ooh, that's a staggering number right there. Thank you, Carrot Gaming. Sam, I got you, brother. Griffey, shout out. I like the animation.
The most important thing.
Oh shit! Hey, that's Indian Creek. That's it. Oh my God! Hold on, we got pause this. We got whoa. Run that back. There's Jellicoe. Hey, Jellicoe. Okay, how many? So okay, real quick. I know Sam. Forgive me, real quick. So what I did a lot of thinking about this, and what I realized was that this documentary was filmed during the time that I was there as well. Jellicoe was only at Indian Creek once, and during that time, I was there too. Now, Jellicoe was there a little bit before me. I got there in April of 2013, I believe was the year. I left in October of 2015. So this could have been filmed prior to me being there, but then there's the possibility that it wasn't, okay? Now, also, where they're doing this documentary at is a place called Smith Hall. I've talked about that in videos before. Smith Hall is like an auxiliary building with some classrooms. Prisoners could start their own classes. They had business entrepreneurship. It was one of the classes. They even had a rap class. No bullshit. Roll it. I want to see who I know. Like, I remember this dude. I can't remember his name, but this was a fucking annoying dude to me personally. Might have been a good dude, like a cool dude and everything like that, but to me, I remember he annoyed the shit out of me. And that guy back there, that dude back there, that's my homeboy. Roll it.
Give it like an overall message.
I gotta see this. Look at him. Bong. Eyes straight on the motherfucking Junes. He's like, yo, I don't care. Oh shit, that's my homeboy Q right there. Folks, I've talked about this before. Me being a mural painter. Well, this guy right here, his name is Justin Q. Young. And real quick, let me, just so y'all don't be thinking, Joe, you just bullshitting. You're such a sociopath, you can make this shit up as you go. Bear with me. We're coming right back to this documentary. So I just showed you that, right? Oh, shit. I opened the wrong thing. All right. Oh, I'm excited about this. This is like a high school reunion right here. Let me go back to Facebook. Let me find my homeboy, Justin Q. Young. There you go right there. So, boom. And there he is. Bang. So there's my homeboy right there, Justin Q. Young. And there's the video we watching. There's him right there. Me and Q, we was mural painters together. We was mural painters. This is my homeboy. I learned a lot about painting and art from this dude right here. And he's still out there doing it. He's still out there doing it. He's got his own brand. It's called Firstborn Designs. He's an amazing artist. Here's a bunch of his artwork right here. Like, he painted that in prison. He does like these paint nights. He's a urban author. He writes books. One of the books that he wrote was called Dickmatized. No bullshit. You can't make this type of shit up. All right, cool deal. Let's go back to the documentary. A little fun fact right there. Full screen. I remember this dude right here. He was a cadre young dude. Cadre is an inmate police. But not all of them are like perceived as, you know, the assholes. So this was like a young little dude. He was a cadre. He was just trying to fake it till he makes it. I thought this dude back here was looking at the Junies. He's looking at the children's books. Could be something wrong with that. Roll it.
Do an individual one to each child.
Who else is in? There's
Throw
Jellicoe.
them a kiss.
I remember
Talk
this
to them
dude.
about
Can't
what you do
remember.
daily.
Oh God, we gotta stop this. Like all these faces look familiar, but it ain't ringing no
should
bells.
Be just you. If you've written a poem.
Barely remember that. Oh, here we go. We got the full. Oh shit! Damn it, son. Okay, this is gonna be crazy. The last video that we did where I go see, no, it wasn't the last one. All right, when we went and saw Jellicoe working on the flip that he's working on for his investor, Smoking Sense, I'm sorry. Man, hey, this is like a high school reunion. Singularity said this is going to take 4 hours. Hey, y'all getting some motherfucking prison shit out of this, all right? Look at dude back here trying to catch him a little sneak peek of the camera. Damn, I remember this dude too. Me and him went the whole way in Indian Creek. Started in one building together. Damn, that's crazy. But this dude, last time I was at the flip with Jellicoe, not the very last time, the time before that, when Jew-Man was working in the yard. Y'all remember that? So I go in, and as soon as I see Jellicoe, I'm like, yo, I just seen dude who used to work in the church. And it was this dude right here. I don't remember the dude's name. He remembers me. Ooh, boy, I know. Hey, I got another one. How many people we got up in here? Can somebody let me know before I give you this gold? I'm trying. Gosh. Hey, look. So anyways, I saw this dude. He was like, yo, Guerrero. Hey, Guerrero, what's good? Kind of a weird dude, but he was okay. 311, shout out to you, Mitch, man. So I saw him just recently working on, he was working for some road construction company right in front of the flip house that Jellicoe was working on. I just saw this dude recently too, and I can't remember where it was. But more important than anybody, even Jellicoe in this. Folks, are y'all ready for this? This guy right here in the corner, Hassan. I will never forget this guy. I told a prison story about this guy. I did, all right, me and him weren't only at Indian Creek together. We were at Haynesville. Me and Hassan were. Hassan was a Crip dude. And I've told a couple prison stories about this guy. So first of all, I got caught doing a tattoo on this dude's back. I can't remember what the tattoo was. I did a bunch of shit. Can't fucking remember it. I probably remembered it in the prison story that I told, but I don't remember it right now thinking about it. But I tattooed his back. A week later, the unit manager, this bitch who couldn't stand me, she came and shook me down. So she's shaking me down. I'm not doing a tattoo, and I'm talking shit to her the whole time. I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna find nothing. I ain't doing no tattoo. You got the wrong guy. Well, then they call Hassan over. So they bring him over to my bunk area too, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? I just tattooed this guy like a week ago, right? So the unit manager tells him to take his shirt off, and I said, whoa, I didn't know it was that type of a party up in here. She looks at his back. And she's like, wow, that looks really good right there. That looks really good. What does that say? What does that say? I said, I don't know what the fuck it says. What you want me? Oh, it says, death before dishonor. I'm pretty sure what it fucking, like something along them lines. Hated by few, loved by many, some shit like that. Some dumbass shit like that. So, she says, well, I know you did this tattoo on his back. I said, well, okay. They call up both of us into her office. She says, listen, I'm not going to charge you if you bring me the tattoo and shit. I said, okay, cool deal. I leave, and me and him are walking out together. We're both in her office. So we're walking out together, and I'm like, hey, yo, fuck that shit. Hey, fuck that shit. Crack. Crip life. I ain't even with that shit. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't giving that bitch nothing. And Hassan, this dude right here, I was okay with him in prison, but there were a lot of things that were just kind of off. He says to me, hey, Joe, man, we need to do the right, you ain't got no mouse in your pocket. You talking about me. We need to do the right thing and give her tattooing supplies because she said she's not going to charge us. I said, you fucking kidding me? He said, she said she's not going to charge us. I said, man. He said, and I'm going to help you get some new tattooing shit. And I'm like, man, fuck. So I don't know much about this dude other than the fact that he's a gang member, right? I don't know the rest of this story until we get to Indian Creek, but I'll share that too real quick. So I'm like, okay, Hassan, crack in my back like the chiropractor. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go give it to her. So I bring that bullshit into her, set it on her desk, and she says, I fucking knew it. I said, bitch, you ain't no shit. I knew it. Now you need to write me an essay on why tattooing in prison is no good. Man, I had to do that dumbass shit because of this dude right here. So, when we go back in there, and this is the most fucked up shit in the world, when we go back in there, and she's telling us to write the essay, this dude is trying to tell her, hey, can you put me in for a transfer? She says, well, where are you trying to go? He says, well, I'm trying to go closer to home, and closer to home was one of two places, St. Bride's or Indian Creek. And this dude says, hey, can you get me sent to Indian Creek? And I'm looking at him like, yo, you a gang member. Indian Creek is a therapeutic community. All I've ever heard about that place is therapeutic community. That doesn't even sound like prison. I'm trying to come home and be a prison YouTuber. I can't be going no Indian Creek. So she looks at me and she says, you want to go to Indian Creek too? I said, bitch, fuck no. Fuck no. Lo and behold, I don't know if it was necessarily because of him and this fucking request that he made, but lo and behold, me and him would end up there together. Now, also, real quick, I need to mention this as well. I don't know necessarily. Oh, and I'll tell you the other part too about. Fuck it. Let me just finish this. We get to Indian Creek. I've told another story about this guy as well. A newspaper story would come out about some snitching. About 3 people who got caught robbing a party for like an eighth of weed. Somebody got pistol whipped. There was a 15-year-old involved in the situation as well, a minor. Well, it would turn out to be Hassan and company, somebody else and the 15-year-old who did this. That was what he was in prison for, was this robbery, this fucking home invasion damn near. Not only did Hassan take the 10-year plea, they also testified on the 15-year-old. Who got his boots smoked? I could pull that story up. We've shared it before. Let's go ahead and roll the tape. Oh, and real quick before I do, this dude back here, he looks so familiar. I told a story about a guy that was locked up who was previously in college to be a doctor. His nickname was Bath Salt because that's what he got strung out on. I can't confirm nor deny that this is Bath Salt, but this dude looks a lot like him. But I'm not necessarily sure that that's him. Roll it.
People pray. We've had people sing. One guy showed his.
We're reading children's books in prison.
Basketball. Be creative.
Jellicoe, boy, Jellicoe still had that watch right there.
And your families. Okay, any questions?
I don't think that's Bath Salt.
The families are punished right along with the offender. People don't think so, but the collateral consequences of somebody's incarceration affects.
I thought that was Jellicoe speaking for a minute. I can barely hear this.
But it affects the whole community. It affects you as an individual, whether you know it or not. And whether you know that person or not that's
Oh, God, man, we got so many
incarcerated,
people walking by. Hold on. Can we go back 10 seconds? Oh, damn, well, that was like 10
but it
minutes.
affects the whole community.
I need to see these people
It
real
affects
quick.
you as an individual, whether you know it or not. And whether you know that person.
Okay. So there's Jellicoe walking with the dude that we just saw on the road crew.
Or not,
And I can't see these other folks'
that's
faces too
incarcerated.
well.
You're paying for them. You should care. I have background.
Real quick, little fodder, not even, goddamn, I'm fucking this all up. All right.
And whether you know that person or not.
I
that's
saw somebody
incarcerated,
else right
You're paying for them.
here. This guy right here. This guy's name is Swozy, okay? Really annoying Virginia Beach dude in prison. I didn't really like the Virginia Beach dudes in prison because they're always like, hey, dude. They're like fucking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. I really hate them. But I guess that was the most annoying thing about him. But I guess Swozy, he was okay. I played soccer with this dude. Came home, talked with him a little bit, via Messenger and shit like that. I could pull it up, but I'm not going to waste the time doing so. We could go to arrest.org right now, see this dude. He is super locked up, violation, grand larcenies, theft, all sorts of shit. The last thing that I saw about this guy prior to me finding him on arrest.org was somebody making a Facebook post saying, hey, if you see Swozy, you let me know, because that dick-eating motherfucker stole all my tools. Roll it.
You should care. I have background in film and video as a producer. And I thought, there's got to be something I can do, so why not combine my career and my experience with the prison system and come up with something for these kids. When a parent looks in that camera, they're looking at their child, and if they can look at
Well, y'all got some nice camera equipment.
this
I got
isn't
some
your
lights
fault.
similar to that.
You
Who we
did
got up in
nothing
here?
wrong.
Who we got up in here?
It means a lot. And for many
Oh,
of
look at
these
Jellicoe.
men
Boy,
and
Jellicoe
women,
was super fly up in the
it's
prison.
the first time they've really taken responsibility.
You know what's funny is
Which
as
is
they're
huge,
filming
and that's-
this, I wonder if they know that he's probably got a stash of prison porn pics on him somewhere up there, because Smith Hall was a prime location. It was a depot. It was a prime location to meet up and sell your contraband. So as Jellicoe is about to spit whatever he's about to spit for this documentary, just know that Jellicoe probably was thinking in the back of his head, I sure hope such and such shows up with that $5 for them pics. Aaron says, what was the purpose of this vid if you don't shut the fuck up? Aaron, suck a dick.
It's a first step in recovery of any kind, is to take the responsibility for it.
But even when I'm far away, this love I have will stay and wrap itself around you every minute of the day.
So I just want you guys to know that I'm gonna do the best I can to stay out of this place and continue striving forward with my life. I've missed you guys all a lot. I'm glad this is the last Christmas I'm gonna have to spend away from y'all.
I just want you guys to know that I miss y'all. Can't wait to be with y'all. That's it. I love y'all.
I remember this dude. Straight gang dude.
Love y'all.
Gotten a lot of shit too. I can't really remember his name though.
Nice job.
It's crazy all this was taking place in Indian Creek.
Modern prisons are an invention of Quakers. Quakers had this idea that if you gave people an opportunity to silently reflect, to become penitent, leading to the term penitentiary, that they would reflect upon their misconduct and be reformed.
The first practical use of it was really in the United States, in Philadelphia, try to provide positive change and change someone's behavior, but it was partly as a movement to get away from corporal and capital punishment, to come up with something better. The problem, and the thing that people forgot, was going into a monastery voluntarily and isolating yourself in order to pray and think is very different than being pushed into a cell by the state. One of the things that seems to be true in the history of prison systems is that the philosophies change, but the buildings remain. So you have these massive buildings that are these major expenditures, and very often just used as essentially human warehouses. You would occasionally get people that would try different kinds of experiments in education and therapeutics in some way, in inmate self-government, but usually they were fairly quickly overwhelmed by the crowding in the system or because they were politically unpopular.
So the first part of this documentary is about, what they were doing at Indian Creek. This shit right here, where they had this program. It was like Daddy Do-Right Daycare, some shit like that, where they were trying to connect families. And one thing that they would do is, I remember this while I was there, prisoners could go and film like a video card to their kids, to their kids. And it was about trying to keep the fathers in the lives of the kids. I don't want to watch this whole damn documentary because it's just going to be a lot of facts and information. I want to just focus on the Indian Creek part and the shit that I know personally. And I hope that you guys will be okay with that. Regardless, that's what we're doing. And we're going right back to the end of this thing to Bung. Right here. No more drug war. Legalize all that.
The prisoners who write to me are grateful for the work that I'm doing. And I take a great deal of solace that I'm in a position where I can sort of help try to end these mandatories.
Back to Indian Creek, folks.
What keeps me going are the children. And the love that the parent has for their child. And the love that the child has for their parent. The children's love is pretty unconditional.
LOL, that's funny as shit. My homeboy Q painted that. You can see. Even in prison, he was using that name, Firstborn Designs, 2013. I was definitely here during this. I wonder what I was doing while all of this was taking place. How did I miss this? This video is called Incarcerating Us. If you want to watch it, it's $4.99 on Amazon. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because, it's giving me an opportunity to see a lot of people that I ain't seen in a long time.
They don't stop loving you just because you're behind bars.
My name's Brett Jellicoe, 126-3706. My first encounter with the prison system started pretty young. Lifestyle, the drugs, started early. The thing with me was I got out in February, I think it was 2012. Within 3 months, I got out, paid my court fines, paid my restitution, paid child support, paid everything. I was at zero. I started my own business. I got a vehicle, had tags, had license and everything. In October that year, I decided to smoke some weed. And I thought the worst case scenario, if I go to probation offices, is that I have to go to a program where I had to be urine test regularly, or go to NA and AA meetings. Well, the reality of the fact is, a dirty urine is a violation. And the probation officer I had was new, and she was a stickler for the law, and she violated me there on the spot. I wept like a little child. I couldn't believe I made all this work. I'm like, I have all this to show you. Look at all this. I've done it. She's like, you've done a lot, but you're still using drugs, and it's against the law. I got sentenced to 4 years for a dirty urine analysis. It's a lot watching your children grow up and miss you and wave and say bye, Daddy, as they're walking out of a visit. It's just, it doesn't get easy, you know what I'm saying? And as you get older, you think you become more accustomed to this, but it never, under any circumstances, gets easier. Hey guys, how you doing? First off, Zen, I want to say thank you for spending as much time as you do at the house, watching everybody while Mom's at work. I know you miss out on playtime. I know you miss out on a lot of things. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you. I'm proud of you for wrestling. I'm glad you're sticking with it. I know you're getting sore, but just like I said, try to stick with it. And, buddy, you're the man of the house. Do the best you can. Take out the trash. Try to stick to your manners. I love you, and I'm so very proud of you. And your haircut looks wonderful. I'm glad you're growing up so fast. From 7 to 13, you've really grown up. And I'm sorry I'm not there to guide you as much as I like, but you're turning out pretty good, and I'm very, very proud of you.
I really am. Now, on a lighter note, Seren, my baby. I love you and I miss you very much.
Recently, you just got honor roll. I'm so very proud of you. I know you worked hard. Mom was telling me how you were doing, and you're just growing up so fast.
And knucklehead, my little knucklehead, Brody. I want you to know that I love you and I miss you very much. I have a book here that says When I Miss You. There's a bunch of books that I went through, and this is the one that I thought would be more appropriate. So, anytime you think of me,
You're missing me. There's a guinea pig who's going through the same things with his mom when she goes to work.
I love you and I miss you all, and I hope to see you soon. Daddy loves you. Bye.
I think that's good. It was a little harder than I thought.
Because of the fact that so many of us have lived for 30 years in this box of mandatory sentences and federal sentencing guidelines and, you know, the drug war, we have to start breaking out of that box and thinking about a world outside of those confines.
If you're interested in reducing the injustice and reducing mass incarceration, you have to go to the root of the problem, which is too many laws on the books. And what is the primary problem there as far as prioritizing which laws ought to go first? The top of my list is the drug laws, because I think we're in another situation where it's very similar to the days of alcohol prohibition, where the government has just declared millions and millions of people to be criminals, and that's what they've done with these drug laws. So we have to move away from the drug war the same way in which we moved away from alcohol prohibition. There will be some problems when that's done, but that's far and away the primary problem that needs to be addressed.
The danger of looking at one outrageous case after another can blind you to the broader perspective that there are so many of these cases, that these are actually the typical pattern. This is the system. It is broadly unjust, and that it is so wasteful, it's so counterproductive, it's so inefficient. One has to be outraged. Why does it continue? Why are we unable to stop promptly, more efficiently, a policy that's been going on since 1986 of locking up so many low-level offenders and treating them as major kingpins? That's a very deeply disturbing indictment, that we're willing to waste so much treasure and inflict so much harm and cause so much injustice in a society where our credos are about liberty and justice for all.
Okay, man, that was actually really damn good, even though we only watched like 2 parts of it. What y'all think about that? If you want to see the full video, it's called Incarcerating Us. It's available on Amazon Prime for $49.99. You can rent it. That's no sponsor. We only watched that to check out Jellicoe. He had told me about, being in this documentary. He even told me what it was called. I know I looked for this damn thing, and for whatever reason, I couldn't find it. And it was super easy to find. Damn, I need to turn that off. It was super easy to find once I just saw somebody post it in the Facebook fan page. So shout out to whoever put that in the Facebook fan page. And shout out to Jellicoe, man. Boy, that's crazy. They did a really good job with that documentary. And I wanted to just shut up and, not speak over the whole Jellicoe part. It was really awesome to see him in there doing that. And, man, kudos to him and kudos to that documentary. And, again, if you guys want to see it, you can find it on Amazon Prime. So, yeah, folks, I thought that was really cool. And it was crazy to be able to see so many people who I haven't seen in a long time, people who I've talked about before in prison stories, and to be able to just to find them. What's funny is the dude, Hassan, he's on my Facebook, I think. Maybe he is. But, I remember now. He's got one of those Facebooks that hasn't been active in a really, really long time, so I don't even know. He might be locked back up again. Crazy damn thing. I want to find the damn story because I did a video on the young kid. Damn it. Damn it. I remember his name. Fuck it. I can find it just like this. Here he is right here, folks. So here was Hassan's co-defendant. The latest on this story is, there he is right there, 15 years old. Before leaving the office, Terry McAuliffe signed a pardon. This kid ended up getting his boots smoked. He didn't take the deal. Hassan and another guy testified against him. And let's see if we can find where they talk about that at. Okay, pardon him for not only the original robbery, the robbery. Okay, then a member of the Crips, crack, Fugazi, Brian Silva, crack, I don't even care. Member of the Crips street gang. He was 15 at the time. His accomplices were 18 years old. Tell me the name, though. Tell me the name of them codees. The co-defendants cooperated with prosecutors, admitted their involvement, and got their sentences reduced to 10 and 13 years. I don't be telling no lies. It's crazy, man. And the young kid, he ended up getting a bunch of time. Can't remember what it was. Okay, so they said the latest is that he should be released from jail in April of 2021, 14 years and 5 months after he was originally booked. And that's a long, I think he had like 40 or 60 years originally. 40 years. Cut this, no, he had, because the original pardon, this is in 2014. Now, mind you, in 2014, I'm at Indian Creek Prison with Hassan, with Jellicoe, with Q, with so many others. And in 2014, this newspaper article came out and it named all three of them. It named Hassan, as a snitch. Named him as a snitch. He had 60 years, I think, originally, and then Governor Bob McDonnell did the righteous thing and cut that sentence down to 40 years. Crazy. But then the next governor came in and cut the sentence down to 14 years. So, wild shit right there. Wild shit right there. I don't know if they be naming the other people, though. Yeah, I don't know. Insane. All right, enough about that. Folks, it's time to go ahead and move on. I want to thank you guys for being a part of the Bobo, and let's see what else we got on the agenda. OP Scripter says, for robbery, that's bullshit. Shit me. Motherfuckers get smoked over robbery. And then when you don't take the deal, they be making you a deal. They turn you into the deal for the next guy. Hey, you heard what happened to the last guy, didn't you? You better take that motherfucking deal. All right, folks, I haven't had a chance to film the video yet, but you can hear it here first. People were asking me in yesterday's video, or yesterday's Bobo, to do an update video on my prison pen pals. Now, I said that I had just recently gotten an email from 1800 years. I didn't even see the email. Well, lo and behold, when I go check the emails, shit, I had like 5 emails from this dude. It's been a while since I've talked with him. And it ain't because I meant to forget about him, but hey, it's life. And life happens out here. I don't know if you, you guys probably know that I've been dealing with a whole hell of a lot. So, it ain't been the easiest thing to sit down and freaking write an email. And it's crazy to think that prior to email, if you wanted to correspond with somebody who was locked up, you had to write it with a pen and a piece of paper. So think about how fast the world is moving, how fast our daily lives are. Have you ever sat down and wrote somebody in prison? A lot of you probably have. I've done it. But then as technology advances to keep up with this ever-changing, ever-evolving speed of light life that we live, even email takes too fucking long. I mean, it really does. Talk to text, maybe that's the way to go. Long story short, folks, when I filmed this video, it's guaranteed to get the views. The title alone is going to be crazy. It's called, I Really Pissed Off My Prison Pen Pal. He's mad as fuck at me. I wish I could open it up on here and read it to you guys, but that would be giving away the juice. I can't do that. I'll share all of the emails that lead up. And here's the even more fucked up thing, just to be honest. It's probably been like 5 months since I've corresponded with this dude. And progressively, there was like an email, and then you can send the generic email from prison. Hey, my JPay is getting low. Can you send me some money? Then another email. Then like 2 of those. Hey, my JPay is getting low. Hey, my JPay is getting low. Send that. Send that. And then finally, folks, the final email that I just received on I think the 19th of last month, where this dude was like, yo, what the fuck, man? If you ain't want to talk to me, you ain't have to. But you could have signed an autograph for Matthew. That's my little cousin, man. He's only 5 years old. We waited in the whatever. Negra says, I pissed off my pen pal and he can go fuck himself at this point. I hate to do that, man. I hate to do that. But, don't get me wrong. Originally, I remember it. Originally, he, hit me up for some money and I was like, I've sent you a boatload of money. Whenever he hit me up, I was kind of fucked up during that time. So I couldn't, I ain't really have it like that. My prison pen, sick boy Rick, thank you. My prison pen pal is trying to extort me. Roll it. Oh my God. Thank you. I needed those views. Anyways, so there's that. That video should be getting filmed hopefully today if we can get to it. There's another video that I want to do as well, and I really, really want to do this video. And it's called, I don't really have the title just yet, but it's involving snitching. Me snitching. And what I did snitching. And if in fact that is technically classified as just said word, snitching. By me going to the copperoonies and saying, hey, I've got some pertinent information about some charges that need to be filed. Was that snitching? Oh, Bama, my prison pen pal has a green light on me. Oh, my God. And then the video ends with a major knock at the door. Black screen. Boy, y'all be helping. Y'all be helping. Sick boy says you didn't snitch. I know. I mean, I technically believe that I didn't, but of course I would want to believe that I didn't because I'm the one that did it. I'm not just your average Joe, after all. I am, in fact, a prison YouTuber. A major face of convicts. And I hate the way that word even sounds because that word sounds so tough guy. But not all convicts are tough guys. A lot of them are, don't get me wrong. But it is what it is. Bizzle says, have you talked to the dude who you consulted? Bizzle, that's a can of worms right there in itself. I don't think I've ever told you how that all wrapped up. Again, I'm writing a book. The book is going to be for sale for $299 because the shit that I've never told you, but fuck it. I'll go ahead and I'll tell y'all how that went. Everything was going fine. Dude was doing well. He has, adapted. He's doing good. He's got some prison pen pals, more than likely from After Prison Show. No doubt about that. But he did have a high-profile case as well, so maybe they came from that. Carrot Gaming, I have not talked to Ryan Parrish, but I fuck with that dude heavy. He reached out to me not too long ago offering me assistance with plumbing when Brian bailed. Again, I tell you, a lot of people reached out. He was one. So Ryan Parrish. I don't know who that is. Ryan Parrish. I was thinking about Ryan Frederick, the dude that we interviewed a couple of months ago. But no. Getting back on to the prison consultant dude. I heard from him like once or twice. I tried to get him to call, but he never called. And I would learn why. And that was, and his family was hitting me up too. His family was like, Joe, we're so grateful for you for, talking with this dude. And it's not like I just spent like one day talking to this dude. I spent months talking to this guy for free. For free now. Where, I could have charged tens of thousands of dollars. We're talking about prison consulting gigs here. And those shits ain't cheap. But I said, I ain't going to charge you nothing. I'll answer any questions that you want to the best of my ability. Hell, I'll even put Rabbit on the phone. I'll get anybody who's around me to help alleviate your concerns. And, there's no such thing as the perfect answer in prison consulting. But neither here nor there. I can't give you all of this for free. But what I can tell you is that after it was all said and done, when he got his boots smoked, Sam asked, why didn't you charge? Well, because I offered him an ultimatum. And it was like, I will, and I don't care how ultimatum sounds. I don't care if it sounds quid pro quo. It is. So fucking get over it. I said, yeah, I'll be that baby, I'll be your prison consultant. And I'm going to do it for free. Mind you, when I open my mouth, it costs a lot of money for me to do so. I don't care how that sounds. I said, I'm going to do it for free, but you got to agree to do an interview. Let me interview you for After Prison Show. Share this fucking crazy story. Share it. I don't even know if we can get it monetized. I mean, we're talking about getting high on heroin and then killing somebody. And we did have major monetization issues with that. You guys see what YouTube's like now? So anyways, long story short. What do y'all keep talking about this S for? I'm missing that. I don't got a sticker. I got a pin. So his family would reach out after everything was done and was like, yo, we're very thankful for you for what you did. You've helped him out. You've given him a lot of insightful information. It's not like I was giving him a solution to a problem. I was simply just trying to help prepare him. Worst case scenarios. Long story short, his family would reach out to me and say, hey, can you do us a favor? And I said, yeah, sure. Oh, the S behind me is upside down. Damn, you're right. God, you got to be looking at all sorts of shit. We're going to be redoing the Bobo room completely pretty soon. We're going to be looking like a booby tuber pretty soon, how they be sitting like with my knees up to my chest, poking my little fat ass titties out. Yeah, we're going to be getting this thing right. So they said, can you do us a favor? I said, yeah, sure, anything. I've already done quite a bit. They said, can you take down the video of Michael? I said, well, you see, Adiba. I can't do that, Adiba. Not going to happen. Anything but that. Anything but that. So they wanted me to take the video down, and I just said no. And I've had people do that in the past, and I hate that, We did an interview a long time ago with a woman who was in a very abusive relationship. You guys may have seen this video. A lot of you probably haven't. She was in a very abusive relationship. And then, her boyfriend at the time, she was arguing with her boyfriend. He walked in the house and he blew her face off. And, her face, she had reconstructive surgery. You could tell something had happened, but, she looked, they put her back together. After that video went up, a lot of people made comments saying that she looked like she was on the meth rocks. Her fucking family would even reach out, saying certain things. But then she reached out and said, hey, can you take the video down? And I did. See, back in the day, I would honor that. But now I don't be doing that. If you do the video, you've done the video, and I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. Hell, Brian has threatened me. You're going to take those videos down. That's one of the charges I got on him. Is threatening me. You're going to take those videos down or else? I think not. I will continue to chase that clout. Look at the... Fuck that. Jay Money says, while you're out, straighten out the Bobo letters as well. Man, I like the curve. That shit leans to the left a little bit, man. So anyways, enough about the behind the scenes shit. There was all of that. Folks, we're going to go ahead and move on. Now, I said that there was a video that I wanted to film. It was called, Am I a Snitch? Folks, it's been brought to my attention by irrelevant fuckers on the internet who have tried to chase clout off of lowly old me, saying that I may or may not, in fact, be a snitch. Well, folks, can I find this? That I may or may not be a snitch. So with that, let me see if I can find this story. Oh man, a lot of shit going on there. Trying to find it. There we go. I don't even know if this is a legit site to be on right now. So people were saying, Joe, you might be a snitch, whatever. But, folks, if I'm a snitch, then what the fuck is this shit right here? Folks, we've got a man snitching on Fort Worth Crips on Forest Hill drug dealers, exposes everything they do on Facebook Live. What?
A Harvey Street Crips threatening me, man. Some big old fat dude named Fat Boy Clone. Fat Boy. Yeah, so I came up here to tell on the Harvey Street Crips.
Wow.
That they're the ones responsible for the violence over there on the south side. That they the ones getting the little kids, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old guns. They the ones that's printing up the X pills with the fentanyl pills. So I came up here to tell on them. They need to be eradicated and removed off our streets. How is it these niggas, the Crip and Bloods, they go tell me that I can't speak on their block? They go tell me I can't speak on the Crips and Blood. So they come to my live video threatening me, telling me what I can't say, and all of a sudden they start typing threats. Where you at, bitch ass nigga? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna see you. So nigga, that nigga told me he don't care about me going to the laws. He coming to get me. That nigga tried to call me this morning.
Now, this can be looked at in a number of different ways. Sick Boy says he wants to die. I wanted to say, is this dude even still alive? So what this is about, at first the story was called an activist. They said Texas activist dude, he's trying to clean up the neighborhoods. I mean, shit. I don't technically see anything wrong with what he's doing other than the fact that what he's doing is probably going to lead to some major problems for him. He said, look, these gangs is the ones getting these kids involved. And these drugs is what got the E-pills messed up with the fentanyl. Wow. Boy, saying a lot of crazy stuff right here. Is that snitching, though? Because, see, what is snitching? Like, what is the actual definition? Is there a definition of it, folks? We need a definition. What is the urban, let's see what we got. Snitching definition. What's the definition? Well, pretty cut and dry there. The definition is it's a verb. It's an action word. It's something that you do. Snitching. Can we get to steal or inform on someone? So if you snitch, you're stealing. I don't get how that is. The definition says to inform on someone. She wouldn't tell who snitched on me. I like that use of a sentence right there. What is considered snitching? Any communication of information to authorities that could result arrest or conviction of a person considered a criminal. If you told police that a person stinks, this isn't a crime. If you said he smells like crack, you're definitely a snitch. Boy, you got this game all fucked up right here. Is snitch a curse word? What is dry snitching? Well, that's pretty much what dry snitching is. Yeah, but you smell like crack. He didn't really say he's got crack on him. Dry snitching is, posing the theory in somebody's mind because of something you say that something else exists. Why don't I have a fucking tenure at fucking Harvard or Yale? Indirectly telling on somebody. That is dry snitching. We don't need a definition, but what is their definition? Dry snitching is defined in the Urban Dictionary as indirectly telling secrets or offenses to a person or of authority or any person meant to be kept away from a secret or offense, sometimes inadvertently. Yeah, that's pretty much what we were just saying right there. But what this definition says, Cora, and Cora answers a lot of questions. They say that any communication of information to authorities is considered snitching, basically. I guess that's what they're trying to say. But I don't necessarily agree with that. And in an upcoming video with 5 ad breaks in it, I'm going to break that down to the infinite possibility. 1 to the umpteenth degree. Because you see, the short of it is, I'll just go ahead and save you the 25 minutes that this video will be. The short of it is, if you snitch, a snitch is you got in trouble. And in an effort to save yourself, you tell on somebody else for some sort of a deal, a time reduction, or something along those lines. And that's not the only definition. That's not the only thing that can classify you as a snitch in my book. If you get in trouble and you implicate somebody else, you a snitch, trying to spare yourself. If you tell on somebody out of spite or, because you just hating on them or whatever, that's considered snitching in my book. Now, think about what I did. I told on Brian. Some might say I did that out of spite. Brian committed crimes against my person, against my property. I have every right to tell the authorities. It's not like he stole my crack. Okay? It's not like we're in the streets with this. Okay? I'm running a legitimate business here. And when we doing real business, and we're not talking about nickels and dimes, but we're talking about HVACs and doors and fuse boxes, what else you going to do? What else you going to do? Is it snitching, what I did? Now, I've also got this picture that I'm going to use as the thumbnail. Bear with me. I haven't posted any pictures of myself in a long time. I'm not really liking myself. Somebody said the hair gel's making my hair look thin. God, man. Way to boost the guy's ego. Where's this fucking picture at? I took it a long time ago. Long time ago. Just so you knew that it was for real. Bear with me. I got to send this picture to myself. So the thumbnail on the picture is going to be, let me find it for you right quick. Bear with me. Oh, and this video, Is It Snitching, is also going to give me a good opportunity to let Brian know the update on the current situation for him. I said download down. Yeah, so folks, the thumbnail for this, I took this picture a couple of days ago. Brace yourselves for impact. Folks, here we are. Here's Joe. The proof is in the pudding. I'm standing in front the goddamn police headquarters. I'm literally just leaving from doing my due diligence as a tax-paying citizen. You know what I mean? Citizens motherfucking arrest. You're under it. So, there we go right there. Is it snitching? Wow. I didn't know I could zoom in that. Get out of there. Get out of that place. Is it snitching, folks? Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Unfortunately, though, I'm leaving here. You can see the bitter beer face right there. All sorts of bitter beer. God, that's just a little too close. Joe, are you on drugs? No, don't look like it. Joe, have you dyed your hair lately? No, looks like you probably need to, though. Joe, that hair gel is really fucking you up. Unfortunately, this look that you're seeing on my face is the look of the police not doing their job. You know, folks, I've had people reach out and say, Joe, we can get the job done. I don't know what that means. I don't need to know what that means. I don't know if you're just talking out your, what are you talking about? You're going to take them down on Call of Duty? Let's be real here. This isn't, Oh God, I was gonna send a very nice little jab in the direction of some hardcore gangsters on the internet. You probably know who I was gonna send that at, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna be nice here. So this is here's the thumbnail. Is it snitching? Is this snitching? Great picture. Nice brickwork that they did back there too. So that will be sure to eat right nicely. God, I need to fucking get us a sponsored video on this. Billy Bob, shout out to you for turning 44. You don't look a day over 43. Sam says you look so happy. So there's that. Thank you, man. Snake snitch lips. Ooh, crazy. Shout out to the brickwork. All right, what else do I got for you as we get ready to wrap this up? I got to get ready to call the tow truck company, get this freaking piece of shit Mercury Mountaineer towed over here so that we can turn this bitch into Sanford and Son. Oh, shit, I just closed it out. So we can turn this place into Sanford and Sons, and Dave with the dreads can get his vehicle fixed. I'm going to go ahead and get close to wrapping this up and just share with you guys what we got going on for today. I'm under the gun today in a major way. Today's going to be a monster clusterfuck. Got to get Dave's vehicle towed, my vehicle to the shop. I got a chiropractor. Then I got a massage. And I got to get 2 videos filmed. And I got a fucking migraine. And my wife is still sick as fuck. Special shout out to my wife and major prayers for her. But real quick, folks, I never even had a chance to share with you the potential video that you could be seeing today. And that video is, well, basically the shit show that the house has become. But I know Def Not the Police says that I'm always negative. I'm going to make this positive right here. Folks, yesterday, I got to experience that HVAC system in real life, like an IRL Ice Poseidon stream, folks. You will see it today. Joe, click on the HVAC system. It's installed. It's installed. Good video. We also see Dave with the dreads in that video as well. I'm trying to get that finished and get that ready to rock and roll. Folks, I want to give a special shout out to each and every one of y'all up in here. If you're subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're not, please consider doing so. I've been having the sub goal up here. I'm going to take a little break from that. But if you're not subscribed, Def, shout out to you, man. ET Zeno, shout out to you as well. If you're not subscribed and you're able to do so, please consider doing so. I also want to shout out Jellicoe, man. That documentary that we just watched featuring him, that was really awesome right there. And if you guys get a chance to send Jellicoe a message, tell him that you checked that out. And he looked like tell him he checked it out. And that was really awesome what he did. It really was awesome what he did. And I'm glad I got a chance to share that with you. Also, folks, we need mobile games to play on the Bobo. They need to come from the Android store because that's what we have, like, hooked up to this thing. We don't have Apple Play hooked up on here just yet. And also, if you've got a video or something that we should watch as a watch party, we're going to do that probably like once a week. Let's have us a little Bobo watch party, and let's see what we can do. Have a great day, folks. Also, send me any ideas for shit yourself or nah. And next week, let's get back to the DEMFer of the week. I'm actually going to put a board back here so you guys can see what we got going on for each day. Like, damn, today's Monday, but tomorrow, boy, they announced that award for the DEMFer. Who could it be? Even though we haven't done that in a while, Brian's won that award for the last couple of weeks in a row. Have a great one, folks. I'll look forward to talking with you tomorrow. And until then, peace.